Our appointment today with a new story of horror stories, nightmares, very scary horror stories. Our story today is entitled The Story of the Terrifying Neighbor. In the evening I used to stand in front of the house with my neighbor, Tom, who lives next to me. In the neighborhood, while I was talking to Tom, I saw him looking directly at the house that is in front of my house. Actually, the owner of this house is a woman called Courtney. I turned to see. What is my friend Tom looking at? I saw him looking at Mrs. Courtney, who was watering her garden flowers. I asked Tom, "What are you looking at?" Tom said in a strange tone, "Tomorrow is Purge Day, and I will kill this woman." I thought Tom was just joking, although Mrs. Courtney's voice is always high, especially when she talks to the Spanish worker who works with her. But this matter, he does not deserve to be killed for him. Suddenly, I saw Tom laughing, so I relaxed a little and made sure that what Tom was saying was just a joke. I do not hide from you. I do not like to remain standing in front of my house. I look at my neighbors, but unfortunately it is Tom's habit. Suddenly, Tom starts talking about a day of the year called Purification Day. On this day, a lot of scary things happen, as there is a group of people who kill other people for reasons that no one knows about. At first I thought that Tom was just joking with me, but he really started talking about the importance of this day and that it is the most important day of all the days of the year. The strange thing is that Tom has not been my neighbor for a long time, so Tom moved into the house next to me just one day after the day of purification in the previous year. This made me feel very suspicious of Tom. I told Tom I'm going into the house now, but he told me, "Actually, I want to ask you something, my dear neighbor." I said to him, "What do you want, Tom?" Tom said, "I want to borrow a tree trimmer from you." "I don't have one," I said to Tom. "I want to borrow a tree trimmer from you." "I don't have one," I said to Tom. "I promised to return the tree trimmer and chainsaw to you within 2 days. I was feeling annoyed with Tom, but after his insistence I agreed. I gave Tom what he wanted and he left my house and went to talk to my wife Sandy. Sandy told me that Tom's wife, Catherine, always talks to her about the importance of a day. The purge. This made me feel even more anxious. In fact, there were only a few hours left until the start of the purge day, and I was very afraid that it was really Tom, a murderer, and would kill anyone he knew that day. I warned my wife not to go out that day and waited for the day of purification to pass peacefully. 15 minutes before the start of the day of purification, I decided to go to Tom. I knocked on the door, and Tom answered me, saying, "From Tarek." I told him that I wanted to get the electric saw back, because I need it now. Tom asked me to come to the back door of the house. I went to the back door, and when Tom opened the door to give me my electric saw, I took out a sharp knife from my pocket and stabbed Tom in the neck. Tom started bleeding and screaming from the pain, but I did not stop and fired more than 5 stab wounds in separate parts of his body. Tom was looking at me, and he was amazed at the thing I was doing. Tom fell to the ground dead. I entered the house and found that the door leading to the house from the inside was closed. I used a hammer to break the door. I saw Tom's wife, Catherine, in front of me. As soon as she saw me, she started screaming. I followed Catherine, who was trying to climb into the upper room and hide in it. I wounded her in the foot. but she resisted me strongly. I grabbed her head and hit her with the ladder over and over until she died too. I searched around the house, but in reality I did not find any kind of weapon, but that did not matter to me. The important thing is that Tom is now dead and my family is safe. I remembered then the day of the purge. The previous year, when I was exposed to such a situation, there was another family in the same house that Tom used to live in. This family, my wife and I, killed all of them. Its members in order for me, my wife and my youngest daughter to protect ourselves from being killed on the day of purification. You may find that this matter is strange, but I always believed that the best means of defense is that I start the attack myself, and therefore every year I used to wait for the day of purification and kill. Anyone I suspect would take advantage of the 21st of March, which is Purge Day in America, in order to get rid of me and my family. As you all know, Purge Day is a day not. Any person who committed a crime would be punished, and murder and theft would increase on that day, and I had to protect my family from any attack.